For years, my dad had the same morning routine: wake up early, pour a cup of coffee, and head straight outside to feed the birds. It was simple, peaceful, until one morning he collapsed just 10 minutes after waking. The doctors said it was a minor stroke triggered within the first hour of the day. That shook me to my core. I used to think strokes came suddenly with no warning signs, but now I know the truth. For older adults, especially those of us over 60, the early morning hours can quietly become the most dangerous. Not because of age alone, but because of the tiny habits we don't even question. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 silent mistakes many seniors make right after waking habits that could be tripling your stroke risk without you even realizing it. More importantly, you'll learn what to do instead to protect your brain, your heart, and your independence. If you're looking to live healthy after 50, this might be the most important video you watch all week. These senior health insights aren't just theory, they're grounded in real science and real stories. Whether you're aiming for daily habits for longevity or practical aging gracefully advice, it starts right here. If you care about your health or someone you love, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more senior health tips and longevity tips that matter. And tell me in the comments, what's the first thing you usually do when you wake up in the morning? Now let's get into the simple but dangerous morning habits that could be putting your future at risk. 1. Jumping out of bed too quickly. Most people think the day starts the moment your eyes open. But for those of us in our 60s and beyond, how you move in that first minute may be the most dangerous part of your day. You might feel fine lying down, calm, rested, but the instant you swing your legs out of bed and stand up fast, your body gets hit with a sudden shift. Your blood pressure drops, your heart races to catch up, and your brain, if it doesn't get enough oxygen in time, may respond with dizziness, confusion, or worse. This isn't just theory, it has a name: orthostatic hypotension. It means your blood pressure falls dramatically when you change positions, especially from lying to standing. It's incredibly common in people over 60, and it's one of the most overlooked threats to senior health. A study published in the journal Hypertension found that older adults who experienced this drop had double the risk of developing stroke or heart failure over the following 4 years. Not just because of the blood pressure swing, but because of what it can lead to. A man in our community, Harold, he's 78 and lives in Spokane, Washington, used to get out of bed the same way he did when he was younger. Quick, no pause, no thought. One morning he stood up fast, took 2 steps toward the bathroom, and collapsed. He doesn't even remember falling. The paramedics said it was likely a sudden drop in blood pressure, but what the doctor told him later was even more shocking. That one small motion had likely triggered a clot that had been sitting silently in his carotid artery. That morning, he came dangerously close to a stroke. What makes this so alarming is how ordinary it feels. We all grew up in a world where being tough, pushing through was praised. But there comes a time when pushing through becomes a risk, not a virtue, especially when it comes to over 60 wellness. Your heart, your vessels, and your nervous system don't recover from sudden changes like they used to. And the cost of ignoring that reality can be devastating. So how do we prevent it? It's not complicated. In fact, it's wonderfully simple. Start slow. Before even sitting up, take 3 deep breaths while you're still lying down. Move your hands, your feet, get the blood flowing gently, then roll to your side. Rest there for 10 to 15 seconds. That gives your body time to adjust to catch up. Next, sit at the edge of your bed and let your legs dangle. Give yourself at least 30 seconds before standing. This 1 minute of patience can protect you from falls, fractures, and even stroke. If you feel even the slightest dizziness, stay seated. Take a sip of water. Give your body grace. This isn't about weakness, it's about wisdom. Studies have shown that seniors who ease into their mornings have better balance, steadier heart rhythms, and fewer emergency room visits from falls. It's one of those daily habits for longevity that doesn't cost a thing except maybe the pride we've carried from our younger days. And here's something you may not know. Sudden standing doesn't just cause dizziness. In people with heart conditions, it can trigger irregular rhythms. In those with plaque in their arteries, it can cause a shift in blood flow that sends a clot racing toward the brain. That's how strokes happen, not in big moments, but in small, quiet ones when we're not paying attention. That's why understanding this risk is part of preventing aging diseases before they strike. Harold now has a sticky note on his nightstand. It says, breathe, stretch, pause. He told me it reminds him that every day is a gift, and that slowing down for 60 seconds in the morning might just give him 60 more healthy years. It's not about fear, it's about living smart, honoring the body that's carried us this far. So tomorrow, before your feet hit the floor, remember this: your brain, your heart, and your future all depend on how you start your morning. Make it gentle, make it intentional. That's how we live healthy after 50, by turning small routines into powerful protection. For 2, skipping water in the morning. Most people assume that if they're not thirsty when they wake up, their body must be fine. But after the age of 60, that assumption can quietly put your health at risk. The truth is, by the time you open your eyes in the morning, your body has already gone 7, 8, sometimes 10 hours without a single sip of water. And yet many seniors go straight for coffee or nothing at all without thinking twice. As we get older, the body's thirst signal starts to fade. That means you can be dehydrated and not even feel it. This is especially dangerous in the early morning hours, when your body's already low on fluids. During the night, you lose water through breathing, through your skin, and through every natural function that keeps you alive. But you don't refill that tank until you make the choice. There's a woman I met during a senior wellness workshop in Kansas City. Her name is June. She's 74. For years, her routine was simple: wake up, make coffee, read the news. She rarely drank water unless it was hot out. Then one morning, she felt lightheaded and weak. At first, she blamed her blood sugar, but the ER doctor told her she was severely dehydrated. She had no idea. No dry mouth, no thirst. But her blood was thick, her circulation was sluggish, and her brain wasn't getting the flow it needed. This isn't rare. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that mild dehydration in seniors can lead to cognitive decline, slower reaction times, and even higher risk of stroke. Why? Because water plays a crucial role in keeping your blood thin enough to move freely. When you don't drink enough, your blood becomes thicker and stickier, which increases clot risk, especially in the morning when your system is just waking up. It's one of the simplest senior health tips that most people ignore, and yet it can make all the difference. Start by keeping a glass of room temperature water by your bed. Not cold, just neutral, easy on your stomach. When you wake up, before you do anything else, take a few gentle sips. Let it ease your body into the day. If you don't like plain water, add a slice of lemon or cucumber. These natural infusions add flavor and help gently restore electrolytes, an old-school trick that still works wonders. Some even say it's one of the most effective senior home remedies for digestion and circulation. Finish the rest of the glass before your first cup of coffee. That 1 cup of water supports kidney function, hydrates your brain, and helps regulate blood pressure. It also helps your body absorb any morning medications more effectively, especially blood pressure or heart meds. Without that water, your system has to work harder, and harder often means riskier. Many seniors think dehydration just causes dry skin or fatigue, but there's something even more dangerous happening underneath. Without enough fluid, your blood vessels become less flexible. Your heart has to pump harder to move thick blood through stiff arteries. That's a dangerous combination, especially for anyone trying to support healthy aging. June now swears by her morning water routine. She even got her husband to join in. They sip together in silence, sitting at the edge of the bed, just breathing. She says it makes her feel clear-headed, steady, and ready to take on the day. And she hasn't had a dizzy spell since. It doesn't take a fancy diet or a new prescription to protect your health. Sometimes it's just about returning to what the body really needs. A glass of water. First thing, no drama, no expense, just a quiet act of self-respect. So the next time you wake up, ask yourself this: before the coffee, before the news, before the rush, have I given my body what it needs to begin the day in balance? Because the choice to hydrate might just be the choice that protects your memory, your energy, and your future. Kekern for 3, heavy processed breakfast. For many of us, breakfast used to be the best part of the day. Bacon sizzling on the stove, a stack of pancakes with syrup, maybe a bowl of sweet cereal with cold milk. It felt like comfort, like tradition. But what once was harmless in our 30s and 40s can quietly become harmful after 60. As we age, our body's ability to handle processed foods starts to decline, especially in the early morning hours when your system is just waking up. When you load it with high-sugar, high-fat meals, your blood sugar spikes. Then it crashes. Your blood vessels stiffen, your blood pressure jumps, and your heart has to work harder to manage it all. This might sound dramatic, but it's backed by real science. A 2021 study published in Stroke found that seniors who regularly consume processed meats had a significantly higher risk of ischemic stroke. That's because foods like sausage and bacon are loaded with sodium nitrates and oxidized fats, ingredients that damage the delicate lining of your arteries. And it's not just the meat. Packaged cereals, toaster pastries, instant waffles, these are quick, but they deliver a flood of refined sugar into your bloodstream. That creates inflammation. It stresses your insulin response. And over time, it increases the risk of blood clots and vessel damage. It's the exact opposite of what the Senior Nutrition Guide recommends for protecting brain and heart health. There's a man I know named Earl from Jackson, Mississippi. He's 76 and proud of never missing a single Sunday breakfast at his local diner. Every week, the same order: scrambled eggs, sausage links, grits with butter toast and sweet tea. He used to joke, "I eat like a king in the morning so I can nap like one in the afternoon." But one day after his usual meal, he felt pressure in his chest and weakness in his arm. It turned out to be a minor stroke. His doctor told him that his breakfast habits were putting serious strain on his heart and blood vessels. It was a wake-up call for him, and it can be one for us too. Breakfast doesn't have to be bland, it just has to be smarter. Boiled eggs offer clean protein without the sodium or preservatives. Oatmeal, especially when topped with berries or chia seeds, gives you fiber and antioxidants. Whole grain toast supports digestion and balances blood sugar better than white bread or pastries. Instead of orange juice from a box, try warm water with lemon or green tea. These gentle drinks support circulation and reduce inflammation. And unlike sugary beverages, they don't cause energy crashes later in the day. These choices aren't about dieting. They're about natural health for seniors using real food to support real longevity. You don't have to change everything overnight, but even one small swap in the morning can make a big difference over time. Your body notices, your arteries thank you, and your energy levels stay more steady through the day. Earl now makes breakfast at home. 2 boiled eggs, a slice of whole grain toast, and a bowl of oatmeal with a few blueberries. He says he feels clearer, lighter, and more focused, and his blood pressure is finally where it should be. He still goes to the diner, but now just for coffee and conversation. The truth is, breakfast is your body's first impression of the day. If you flood it with processed fats and sugars, it struggles. But if you fuel it with care, it performs. That's how you build daily habits for longevity, not with supplements or fads, but with what's on your plate. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for the skillet or the cereal box, ask yourself one thing: am I eating for comfort or am I eating for strength? Because at our age, breakfast isn't just food, it's medicine, or it's poison. And that choice is ours to make one bite at a time. So number 4, medication mistakes, skipping or doubling. It's easy to forget a pill here and there. Life gets busy. You think you already took it, or maybe you planned to take it after breakfast but got distracted. It feels harmless. But for older adults, skipping or doubling up on certain medications, even once, can lead to dangerous outcomes, especially when it comes to blood pressure or heart medications. Your body depends on routine, and so do your prescriptions. Medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart rhythm aren't just symptom relievers. They regulate how your blood flows, how your vessels respond, and how your heart keeps pace. When you miss a dose, your system can rebound. That means blood pressure can suddenly spike. That spike can trigger a stroke in less than 24 hours. A 2020 study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that nearly 1 in 3 adults over 65 make at least one medication mistake per month. That includes missed doses, double doses, or taking pills at the wrong time. Many of these mistakes go unnoticed until something serious happens. I remember speaking with Carol, a 79-year-old retired school teacher from Raleigh. She's sharp, organized, the kind of woman who used to color-code her gradebook, but after her husband passed, her routine started slipping. One morning, she felt weak and short of breath. She had forgotten her morning dose of blood pressure medication. By the time she got to the hospital, she was in the early stages of a hypertensive crisis. Her doctor told her something that stuck with me. Medications aren't just treatments. For many of us, they are guardrails. They keep our bodies on track. When we skip them, it's like taking a sharp turn without brakes. That's why this ranks so high on the list of doctor tips for older adults. Because unlike many aging risks, this one is entirely preventable. The key is to build a system you don't have to think about. Start with a pill organizer. One of those simple weekly boxes with compartments for morning and night. When it's empty, you know you took it. When it's full, you know you didn't. It's visual, it's clear, and it removes the guesswork. Set an alarm or a reminder on your phone. Better yet, tie it to a habit. Take your meds right after brushing your teeth or with your morning water. Habits that are stacked together are more likely to stick. Keep a printed list of your medications with you, one in your wallet and one on your fridge. Include dosages and times. That list can help emergency responders or a family member if you ever need urgent care. If you ever feel tempted to stop a medication because you feel better, don't. That feeling better may simply mean the medication is doing its job. Never adjust doses without a doctor's input. Stopping suddenly can send your body into shock, especially with heart or blood pressure prescriptions. These may sound like small steps, but they are how we prevent aging diseases, not with new treatments, but with consistency. That's one of the quiet truths about senior health. It's not always about finding something new. It's about doing the right things day after day. Carol now uses a pill box and a small dry erase board on her kitchen counter. Each morning she writes the word "done" after her meds. Her son, who lives nearby, checks it when he visits. She says it gives her peace of mind. And for the first time in years, her blood pressure is under control without constant worry. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be intentional. Because every skipped pill is not just a missed routine, it's a missed chance to protect your brain, your heart, and your independence. So before you start your day, ask yourself, did I take the medicine that protects me, not just for today, but for the years I still want to live strong, clear-minded, and in control? Number 5, no stretching, no breathing, rushing into the day. There's a strange pressure that follows us even in retirement. The need to get moving, to be productive, to stay on schedule. But when we jump straight from sleep into motion, without pausing to stretch or breathe, we put serious stress on the very systems we're trying to protect. When you wake up, your heart is still in rest mode. Your blood pressure is low, your muscles are stiff, your blood vessels are tight from being still all night. If you rush out of bed, put on your shoes, and start the coffee pot in a blur, you're shocking your cardiovascular system. That's not just discomfort, that's danger. A 2019 study in the American Journal of Cardiology found that stroke risk is significantly higher in the first 3 hours after waking, especially for adults over 60. Why? Because that's when cortisol spikes. Your body's already adjusting to rising pressure. And if you add sudden movement and shallow breathing, it overwhelms your system before it has time to regulate. I met Glenn through a local veterans support circle. He's 82 now and lives in St. Louis. A few years ago, when he was 76, he overslept for a doctor's appointment. In a panic, he rushed out the door, skipping breakfast, coffee, and his usual slow routine. At the bus stop, he collapsed. Not a stroke, but a transient ischemic attack, or TIA. A warning shot. His doctor told him the jolt from sleep distress may have triggered it. That moment changed how Glenn approached his mornings. And it's a reminder that daily habits for longevity don't have to be complex. Sometimes they're about choosing stillness over speed. Before standing, sit at the edge of your bed. Let your body settle. Roll your shoulders. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Then slowly lift your arms and take a deep breath. Hold for 3 seconds. Release. Do this 3 times. This gentle movement signals your body to wake up safely. Your blood starts flowing, your lungs expand, your heart rate adjusts naturally. Stretch your legs by pointing and flexing your feet. Rotate your ankles, reach toward the ceiling, then down to your toes. Nothing aggressive, just motion, controlled and kind. These few minutes help your joints warm up, your spine, loosen, and your circulation begin smoothly. This isn't about yoga or intense workouts. It's about practicing senior health tips that allow your body to ease into the day without triggering alarm bells. It's also one of the best ways to reduce morning blood pressure spikes, something that affects millions of older adults without them realizing. Take 5 quiet minutes each morning just for you. No TV, no phone, no emails, just sit. Breathe deeply. Feel the light through your window. Give yourself space before the world asks anything of you. That space is healing. That space is protective. Glenn still takes the same senior shuttle to his appointments, but now he sets his alarm 15 minutes earlier. He spends those extra minutes doing light stretches and breathing exercises. He told me recently, I feel like I'm arriving into the day, not crashing into it. That's the spirit of aging gracefully advice, learning to meet the day with calm, not chaos. The body over 60 is different. It's not fragile, but it does ask for respect. It doesn't respond well to being rushed or jolted. But when you move gently, it rewards you with clarity, balance, and energy that lasts. So tomorrow morning, before you get pulled into news headlines or to-do lists, take 5 minutes for your body, for your heart, for your breath. Because how you begin your morning shapes everything that follows. And those small, quiet choices, they may be the most powerful steps toward a longer, healthier life. If you've made it to the end of this video, it means you're not just watching, you're truly showing up for your health. You care about staying strong, staying independent, and being present for the people who love you. And that kind of care, it starts with the smallest decisions you make each morning. You don't need a miracle pill or some fancy routine. What you need is gentleness, awareness, a few quiet moments each day to breathe, to stretch, to hydrate, and to move with intention. That's how you live healthy after 50, not by chasing trends, but by listening to your body and honoring what it really needs. These aren't just tips. They're building blocks for a better future. Simple, steady longevity tips that protect your heart, your brain, and your peace of mind. And when those small actions become habits, they grow into something powerful: freedom, energy, and resilience. If you found even one idea here worth trying, please give this video a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. We're here every week with senior health guidance, encouragement, and practical senior home remedies that really work. Because your health is your greatest wealth, and you deserve to protect it one peaceful morning at a time.